welcome to Free Spirit Tutorials. I'm Leo Free Spirit and we're going to do a how to draw video on fire today. So I hope you all enjoy. Let's get into it. So alright, to start off guys, we're going to be showing what tools I use. So this here is a Faber-Castell H3 pencil, and that's for light gradients. Then we use my B3 and my B4 for the darker shades and to get the really nice sharp lines that I'm going to need in order to make it look like fur. This is my smudger, which will help me keep this paper nice and smooth, because this is rather grainy paper this is, and it's really hard to get it down. My electronic rubber and my brush, just a standard painting brush really that you would use on your walls, I imagine. So yeah. Putting all these to one side so we can get started. What I'm going to be doing here is just adding some basic shading, trying to go into the directions that the fur would actually be going in. You can't kind of see it anyway, so I suppose at this stage it doesn't matter being too hyper detailed with it really, just keeping my pencil low to the paper and using the side of the pencil to create a nice shade around the eyes. And to make it easier and a lot quicker, just going to put this into time lapse so that we can get these bits done a little bit faster. So see you in a minute guys. Okay, so we're back. Did you like how fast I was there? Yep, I'm pretty quick. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get just a little bit more serious. Not much serious, just, you know, adding in where we want the shading to be. So going in a little bit dark with the H3 here. It's nice and hard lead, so therefore it's just a bit easier, therefore, just to get that little bit down there. So yeah, we're just going to add this all the way around the eye, trying to at least follow the contours of the eye, so we've got more of a basis of where the... I can't speak today, oh my god! But just trying to follow the contours of the face really. I'm going to be leaving a little highlight around the eye here. And yeah, that would be lovely. I love drawing cats, it's just, they're so beautiful. Anyway, we're going to go into a bit more time lapse again now. This is such a time consuming process, I don't want to bore any of you. So we're going to go into time lapse so that when I come back I can explain what it was that I did and any decision that I might have made. So see you in a minute. Okay, so towards the end of the time lapse there, I was actually started going into a more scratchy way. As you can tell, I've swapped now to the B3, which is a lot darker, and I've also changed the position of my hand so that the pencil is more towards the tip of the pencil, and I'm now just darkening in. You are slightly losing that eye though, but that will be corrected later on. So what I basically did, I was just building up the tone very slowly, and towards the edges there I was just making more scratchy lines just coming outward, and now I'm just scratching in loads of little lines. That's all it really is if you've got the patience to just draw little lines, tiny little lines, then you'll get far in doing this, you really will. And yeah, so what we're going to quickly just add in here is the darkening in of this upper eye, so just so that we can see it a bit better. We're going in there with a nice black pen later on, just to make the eyes really pop. But yeah, so we'll just see where it goes really. I make decisions all the way through this video that, you know, I couldn't possibly tell you every single one of them. But all I know is I go through this process with lots of little lines all the way through. and yeah, we start using the smudger. So we'll come back when more of the picture is done. So we're coming up through the nose now, just coming down from the nose, doing tiny little lines, but also just like a tone sort of layer, so it's kind of a mixture between the tone and lines, and that is literally due to pressure, putting very light pressure down, and then every now and then I'll just push down that pencil just that little bit harder to get the shadows for the muscles in the nose, and obviously this looks like a bit of a kitten. I think it looks like a kitten anyway. Darkening that bridge around the nose there so that we can actually see more definition for the nose, and that it's not just something that is flat. We're going to pop back into time-lapse now anyway, because there's just so much of this face to do, but I'll come back every now and then for whenever there's bits that I think may need to be said, and yeah, just so you guys know, if there is anything that I miss in this video that might be crucial for you to learn and you want to learn that, please leave a comment and I will see what I can do to help you learn whatever it is that I can help you with. But anyway, let's get into the time-lapse again so that we can just get so much more of this face done, and thank you. So we're just going to start on the ear now, adding a light tone down and gradually build up that tone so it's a nice dark ear, so we can do the fur inside the ear, and that fur is usually very visible. Some cats you might not see it so visibly, but we know that it's darker on the inside of the ear than closer to the out, so we're just going to add this gradient and whip out the smudger very soon, just adding this bit of cartilage on the cat's ear. I think it's cartilage, don't 100% know that though. And as soon as we start smudging, it actually really dramatically changes, and it ends up looking a hell of a lot better. I'm just going to keep building this up, really define that flap on the outside of the ear. I know it does something, but I don't know what it does. Please let me know if you do know. Not sure whether it catches certain sounds better, I don't know. But hey, this is a how to draw video, not a science, biology, whatever thing on cats, so I went too dark there, so I'm just lightening it up a little bit. My lovely brush. Okay, so I'm not sure whether you can see me doing this right now, but I'm just basically adding those lines in for the fur inside the ear, and it's quite difficult because I put it quite dark on the paper, so as you can see there's areas where it's slightly darker than the other bits because obviously the pencil was down harder, but that will get more redefined later anyway, and so it's just little lines of what rubbing out. And you can use a putty rubber for this if you don't have an electronic rubber, or if you're very skilled with a rubber then you can do it that way too. And all I'm doing now is just working in the negative space to give these bits of far more definition. Trying to keep it so that the background of the background inside the ear stays the same as what I originally drew it as. Not sure whether there's much more I can say about that. So that's the one ear done there. You can see that there, look. And we'll probably work back into that a little bit later, but all depends. So anyway, thank you. We'll go back into time lapse now, and you can see more of what's going on. Hello again. So we got through a lot there, sadly, but it's going to have a lot more detail added on a little bit later, and I'll keep coming back every now and then. Now the side that we're going to be working on now is the darker side of the face. It's where the shadow is coming from, and I'm just going to literally be replicating on the other side, just a bit darker. So we'll see you very, very soon, and thank you. Hello guys, so it's just looking so pretty so far. It's looking a little bit grumpy by my opinion at the moment, but still pretty nonetheless. I'm just using my smudger tool right now just so that I can dull down this really deep grey. We don't want it so strong. We want to still keep the features there. And it would just make it too hard to rub out as well. So we're just going to go in with my electronic rubber now to start adding some highlights and some more hair effects or fur effects to this beautiful little kitty. Really helps using this electronic rubber because it actually gives that, you know, sharpness to each bits of lighter fur, so it really gives it that fluffy effect, makes you feel like you can actually smooth the cat. But anyway, just to come back to tell you that, and we're going to go back into time lapse now, and yeah, so I'll see you soon again, guys. So I'm only going to be doing a very short amount of this part of the picture in, well, sort of real time, as it's a little bit speedy there too. But this part of the torso, it's a lot longer lines, it's longer pieces of fur, and yeah, it's just the same process again, a light tone, and then we go in with shorter and darker lines. And yeah, it's relatively simple, just following the shape of the body like you would a ball. Really simple and easy to do, and as you can see by my pencil strokes, I'm just going really loose with it. I'm just scratching it in at this point, just being really loose. I have no worry about what it is going to happen because I know it's going to be perfect anyway. So anyway, I'm going to put it back into time lapse now anyway, because this is just the same process again, and I don't want this video to drag on way too long. So Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll probably come back again at the end to say a few words, so thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to just quickly do the whiskers. I actually forgot we were going to be doing that part. Oops. So we're just going to do these lines nice and slowly. And if the rubber does decide that it's going to wobble in a different direction so it makes the whiskers look a bit strange, you can easily just go back in with it with your pencil to sharpen those edges. Now these whiskers, they tend to come just above the eyes and on those lines that are here, and I'm sticking to the lines as much as possible so that it comes off of those points, and yeah, so we'll just see how these go here, and then we'll just go straight back into time-lapse to finish off the other side, and then we'll be done. So this video has just been so fun to do. It's great doing these things for you guys. I hope you learn a lot from watching me, and yeah, I had great fun, so thank you very much guys. Hope you enjoyed. So yeah, see you in my next video. Thank you very much guys.